going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking all about last night's MTV VMAs because, you guys, there was some serious drama, and I cannot wait to get into it with you all. First up, we've got to talk about the Biebers, aka Justin and Hailey, because not only did they show up looking like they dressed for two different events, but Justin Bieber also got criticized heavily online for multiple things during the award show. First up, he was criticized for choosing to perform his song Ghost, because as you all know, tons of people believe that he wrote that song for his ex Selena Gomez. And on top of that, Justin Bieber was also called out and criticized for not thanking his wife Hailey during his acceptance speech for Pop Video of the Year. Yes, I know he shouted her out when he went up for his second award of the night, which was Artist of the Year, but for that first acceptance speech, he did not mention Hailey's name, and people definitely let him know it. We also obviously have to discuss Kourtney Kardashian and Megan Fox, because not only did they completely steal the red carpet with Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly, but they also called the two their baby daddies, and I was dying, you guys, because the internet immediately started trolling Scott Disick, saying that they knew he would be upset about it. In addition to that, because we are talking about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, we also have to talk about the red carpet fight they got into with Conor McGregor, which was the most random thing ever. Why Conor McGregor was even there, I truly don't know, but there was a fight that broke out, so you know I have to fill you in on it. I'm also gonna, of course, fill you guys in on some of my other favorite moments from the VMAs, but let's be honest, you're not really here for the top moments, you're here for the tea, and that's exactly what we're gonna get into. But first, real quick, because it is Monday, you guys know that I love to check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. How are you guys feeling? How was your weekend? My weekend was very relaxing, which is nice because I have a very busy week this week. I went out for some drinks on Friday, had dinner with my friends on Saturday, had a very productive day yesterday. I cleaned, I actually went for a walk, I did my laundry, I worked on some new merch for you guys that I know was like 2 months overdue, but we are finally in the process of getting that done, and I'm hoping to release my new merch by the end of the month. I'm really trying to push it because selfishly, I am so excited about one of the new items that I really just want it for myself too. But yeah, overall, it was a very fun and productive weekend, but enough about that. I know you straight to the tea people are ready for me to get into all of this about the VMAs, especially that Bieber, Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, Megan Fox, Machine Gun Kelly situation. So make sure you drop this time code down below to help out your fellow straight to the tea people, and let's not waste any more time and get to unwrapping these VMA facts. All right, so before I get into that VMA tea, let's first talk about some of my favorite highlights from last night. First up, I absolutely love Cyndi Lauper's appearance and her speech. I also was living for Ashanti and Ja Rule coming back together on stage. All my millennials, I'm sure you can feel me on that one. It really was giving me all the 2000s nostalgia that I really needed. There was also some great performers last night. Lil Nas X came with a lot of energy. I was super impressed by his dancers. I always look for the dancers. You guys know that I was a competitive dancer when I was younger, all the way from elementary school to high school, and then I also danced a little bit in college for my sorority, so I always look for the dancers in these award shows, and oh my gosh, his dancers were so sharp, had so much energy. Oh, I absolutely loved it. Normani also killed it. Doja Cat was flying around in the air. On top of that, J-Lo also looked absolutely amazing when she came out to present an award that actually went to Olivia Rodrigo, and you could just tell she was glowing because she was fresh off her red carpet debut with Ben Affleck just a few days before in Italy. They looked amazing there. She looked amazing at the VMAs. Obviously, we all know J-Lo's just constantly killing it. Also, I want to mention that Olivia Rodrigo had an absolutely amazing night. She took home 3 VMAs, and I liked her red carpet look. I feel like some people were a little disappointed. They wanted to see more, but I thought she looked classy. I loved the dress, and I also appreciated that she looked age appropriate. Honestly, overall, I felt like this year's VMAs were pretty good, pretty entertaining, but now that we've gone through the highlights, at least my own personal highlights, let's get to the tea, aka the real reason why you clicked on this video. First up, I'm not even gonna make you guys wait for it. Let's talk about the Biebers. Now, we all know that it's been a while since Justin Bieber either A, showed up to an award show, and B, performed at an award show. So the fact that he performed at the VMAs was a huge deal. And honestly, his performance didn't disappoint. He performed his collab Stay, and then he also performed his song Ghost. Now, although Justin Bieber, like I said, put on a great performance, people online still heavily criticized him for choosing to perform his song Ghost because, as you all know, many fans believe that Justin Bieber actually wrote that song about his ex Selena Gomez. And yes, I know Justin Bieber has clarified multiple times that Ghost is about loss and losing someone, but that didn't matter, you guys. Last night, people were still calling Justin Bieber out for performing that. They were telling Selena Gomez to call him because clearly he misses her. I mean, it was a whole freaking thing and a half that Justin Bieber performed this song that people still think he wrote about Selena Gomez. And unfortunately, like I warned you guys about at the beginning of the video, the criticism of Justin Bieber didn't stop there, because he also got called out online for seemingly snubbing his wife Hailey when he went up to accept his award for Pop Video of the Year. You see, when it was announced that Justin Bieber won the category Pop Video of the Year for his song Peaches, immediately all eyes went to him and Hailey. Justin then took to the stage alongside his collaborator Giveon, and after he let him speak, Justin then went on to thank pretty much every single member of his family except Hailey. Take a listen.
Shout out to my little brother and sister, Jazzy and Jackson. Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Bay. Shout out to my mom and dad, my grandparents. I love you guys so much.
A lot of people were laughing about it. Some people felt bad for Hailey because Justin A shouted out his dad, which they haven't always had the best relationship, and B, she was also there at the VMAs being just such a supportive wifey. I will say Justin Bieber made up for his alleged snub later in the night when he went up to accept his award for Artist of the Year. He made sure to give Hailey a kiss before even going on stage, and then once he was on stage and giving his speech, he made sure to give her her very own individual shout out. Take a listen.
I look over here and I see my beautiful wife, and I just want to say I love you so much.
Yes, that is the moment that you guys are probably seeing all the headlines about Justin's special shout out to Hailey. They are referring to his speech for Artist of the Year, not Pop Video of the Year. So I just wanted to make sure that was absolutely clear. And then the last thing I want to say about the Biebers before we move on is that I actually thought Hailey looked stunning last night. I love the dress that she wore to introduce Cyndi Lauper. Now Justin Bieber, on the other hand, Beliebers, don't be mad at me, but it looks like he literally forgot he had to go to the VMAs, rolled out of bed, and just threw on a blazer in order to somewhat appear like he made an effort. I don't know. I was just not feeling Justin Bieber's look at all last night. All right, moving on. Let's now talk about the fabulous foursome that is Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker and Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. These four, hands down, absolutely stole last night's red carpet. Megan Fox with her nearly naked look. People are still raving about it today. And Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker with all of their red carpet PDA. They really love a tongue-to-tongue moment. And let me tell you, that attention that the four received on the red carpet didn't stop when it came to the actual award show either, because when Megan Fox and Kourtney Kardashian stood up to introduce their two men, Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly, they referred to them as their future baby daddies.
New York, I need you to get extra loud for our future baby daddies, Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker.
Yep, that little comment is all it took for people to A, absolutely lose their minds, and B, also completely troll Scott Disick online, saying that he has to be freaking out not only at Kourtney and Travis's red carpet PDA, but the fact that he was just referred to as her future baby daddy. Now, before I pop off on all of that, the last piece of piping hot tea that I want to fill you guys in on is that fight that went down on the red carpet. This absolutely random red carpet fight went down between Conor McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly, and there's a few different stories coming out as to why these two actually got in the fight. One source close to Conor McGregor spoke to TMZ and said that he went up to say hello to Machine Gun Kelly. MGK then allegedly said something that Conor couldn't hear. Then MGK security reportedly pushed Conor back. This is when Conor allegedly didn't understand why he was being treated that way, which then led to the fight. Then according to another source who spoke to TMZ, the other side of the story is that Conor allegedly went up to MGK for a photo. Machine Gun Kelly said no. It escalated to where then Machine Gun Kelly allegedly pushed Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor stumbled, spilled his drink, and then after that it was game on. But again, who really knows what caused the fight, because like I said, there's multiple different sources saying multiple different things. Afterwards, Mark Malkin, who was doing interviews for Variety last night, tried to talk to Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, and when he asked him about the fight with Conor McGregor, Machine Gun Kelly scoffed and then hit his microphone, and then Megan Fox was like, oh, we can't talk about that. It was so incredibly cringy and awkward, and I have so many thoughts about that, the Biebers, everything. So let's go ahead and make this pop off official and get to that shambong. Which, real quick, I've read a few comments lately of people who are new to my channel who criticize me doing the shambong. We've been doing this for so long. It's something fun. It's not to promote anything bad, which, by the way, most of my viewers are adults anyway, 24 to 35 if you must know. But I'm just saying, it's not to promote anything bad. It's just to have a little fun. Okay, so real quick, let's first talk about this fight that went down between Machine Gun Kelly and Conor McGregor because it's fresh on my brain. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I don't care who started it. I don't care who was rude to who. Getting in a fight while you're all dressed up on a red carpet is just a no. I will say a lot of people felt like this fight was a publicity stunt, which honestly, because I just felt like it was so ridiculous, I'm hoping it was for PR. Maybe it was Conor McGregor's way of justifying why he was even at the VMAs in the first place. But I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing was a little inappropriate and honestly dumb. And you know, it didn't sit well with me how Machine Gun Kelly reacted during that interview with Variety. I understand you just got in a fight. I understand you might not want to talk about it. I understand you might be frustrated, but scoffing and hitting the microphone, that just seemed like a little bit of a temper tantrum to me. I thought it was absolutely immature, and I am so sorry to my friend Holly. She absolutely loves Machine Gun Kelly. She's a Machine Gun Kelly stan, but his behavior after that fight, I'm sorry, I was just not a fan of it at all. But aside from that, I do want to say that I think him and Megan Fox looked absolutely stunning together. I mean, her dress, hands down, is still one of the most talked about looks from last night. You can't deny they looked absolutely great together, even if I did completely cringe during her interview with Entertainment Tonight when she called Machine Gun Kelly daddy.
He was like, "You're gonna be naked tonight," and I was like, "Whatever you say, daddy, whatever daddy says."
I'm sorry, grown women calling their significant others daddy, is just one of my pet peeves of mine. I absolutely hate it, but still, you know what? Go off, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Clearly, you guys are obsessed with each other. Moving on, let's talk about Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. I mean, you cannot deny that Kourtney Kardashian was absolutely beaming on that red carpet. And in my opinion, when the two decided to go tongue to tongue, I really felt like it was a statement that was saying, F the haters, we're obsessed with each other, we're gonna keep showing PDA, and you can either live with it or let it go. It doesn't matter to us because we're happy and we're gonna keep living our best lives. The message was very well received, and honestly, I'm not even mad about it. Probably the only person who was mad about it is Scott Disick. And as far as Kourtney Kardashian and Megan Fox referring to Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly as their baby daddies, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised considering how these two act in public. You know that I'm sure some babies are at least trying to be made. Yes, both ladies have multiple children with their exes, but that's not to say that they both can't have more kids with their current boyfriends. Now that brings us to the Biebers. You guys, when I saw Justin Bieber's acceptance speech for Pop Video of the Year, I thought, oh, he just literally shouted out everyone except Hailey and there's tomorrow's pop-off. Because I knew as soon as he walked off that stage without saying anything specifically to Hailey that people were absolutely going to roast him on social media, and that's exactly what happened. I'm not kidding. As he was walking off the stage, I checked Twitter and people were already all over him. Now, like I mentioned, yes, Justin corrected his behavior when he went up for Artist of the Year. He made sure that Hailey got her very own individual clear shout out. Now, is that because she called him out backstage and said, WTF, why didn't you thank me during your first acceptance speech? Is it because Justin saw what was going on online? Is it because he just really got overwhelmed and forgot and wanted to make sure that during his second speech, he really made sure to show Hailey love? Of course, we don't know. I'm just glad that in his second speech, he made sure to give her her own individual moment. Because, you know, Hailey really was such a supportive wife last night. She was hyped during his performance. She was beaming every time he went up to accept an award. So I really hope that in that first speech, the bae that Justin was referring to is Hailey, and this whole thing is being blown out of proportion. Again, I don't think it was, but you know, sometimes I like to live in this naive world, and a girl can hope. And as far as Justin getting criticized for choosing to sing his song Ghost, which people think is about his ex Selena Gomez, I get where you all are going, but I'm not gonna lie, I think some of you are just being a tad bit too messy. Well, yes, you guys know that I have a theory that Justin Bieber's team, the key word there is team, likes to link him to Selena Gomez in order for him to get press, but I really don't think that was the goal last night. I think the goal for Justin Bieber and his team was for him to kill it at the VMAs. Like I said, it's been a really long time since he's shown up to an award show, let alone performed at an award show. So I really think they wanted the focus to be on Justin Bieber's VMA success as opposed to tying him to Selena Gomez in any way, shape, or form. So I get where people were going. I get why some people criticized him for choosing to perform Ghost, but I really think he just wanted to sing a song about loss and losing someone because he did reference COVID in that second speech for Artist of the Year. So I think that was him just kind of tying everything together. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. If Justin Bieber really was trying to do something messy, you guys know I absolutely would have called him out on it. I just don't think him choosing to sing Ghost was one of his messy moments. Again, just my own opinion, but overall, like I already said, I felt like last night's VMAs were one of the better ones. I really loved all the nostalgia that we were getting. Again, seeing Ashanti and Ja Rule was just, really a highlight for me. I cannot emphasize it enough. But you guys, now that I filled you in on all of the VMA tea and let you know how I I feel about it. Now, I'm ready to hear your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back to my channel to check out my YouTube shorts. You guys can also find all of my current merch at my merch store at houseofhill.com. Again, new merch is coming soon, so get excited about that. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time.